All right, so welcome back, y'all. Sorry, I missed my my post date. You know, I normally try to put these up every 2 weeks, and I missed it last week. I'll be honest with you, life's been kind of kicking my butt a little bit. I think every vehicle we own has broke down in the last couple of weeks, and I've just been busy trying to fix cars and keep people on the road around here. But I'm back. Here we are, and got another good one for you. Today, not necessarily so much a review video because I have already reviewed both of these bats, but a comparison video. We got the Louisville Meta and the Monsta Athletics Hype. Stand there. The Monsta Athletics Hype. So I got a call from the man that owns Monsta Athletics, and he asked me how did I think the Hype would stack up against some of the other top name fast pitch bats that were out there. He saw the video that I did with the Ghost and he liked it. And so he asked me, did I have any kind of access to get the Meta and maybe the Mantra or some of the other top bats on the market to try to compare it to. Said he, kind of like to see how it stacks up against them as well. Maybe, get some ideas for things that he might be able to change on a newer model, things like that, and just kind of see how it stands up against them in a head-to-head comparison. And I thought that was a pretty sweet idea and a great opportunity for me, to make a few more videos and, provide a little more content for you guys as far as a comparison goes. If you're thinking about, if you're, trying to decide between, these two bats, maybe it helps you decide one way or the other. So I reached out. I know a coach that coaches a team out of a 16U team out of the Chattanooga, Ottawa area. Ottawa, hope I said that right. Ottawa, whatever. They say Ottawa, so that's why I'm going to say it. And she coaches a 16U Bombers team. She has her own hitting facility down there. And I just kind of on a whim on a Friday night at like 9 o'clock hit her up and was like, hey, I need 2 girls that want to shoot a bat video. We're going to be down there tomorrow because my daughter takes catching lessons in Chattanooga. And I said, so we're going to be down there tomorrow. You think there's any chance maybe that you could get me a couple girls and we could shoot a bat video while I'm down there? And lo and behold, she hit me back in like 15 minutes. I was like, yeah, I got you 2 girls. What time you want to do it? So just everything kind of fell in place so we could do this. And I was able to find get a Louisville Meta that has a comparable amount of cuts on it to my Hype that I had. So that way we can get as close as possible to an apples to apples comparison between the 2 bats. And had opportunity to work with 2 new girls on this video as well. So that's always fun, and make the most of a trip to Chattanooga while we're down there. So let's get on, let's meet these girls, and let's take some hacks and let's see what they think. All right, so here today, I'm gonna do a this versus that with this bat. Hold up, ready? Up. The Meta and that one. Hype. All right, so got some new friends here. Came to Chattanooga to shoot this today. Got some help from a friend of mine. Going to let us use her hitting lane here that she gives hitting lessons in. I've got Brinley and Isabel here going to help me out. Both second year 14U players.
Yeah, going into 16U.
Ooh, first year 16U. My bad. So basically, I've already reviewed both of these bats, so we've got a good idea kind of how they perform on their own. Today's going to be a this versus that, just a comparison of the 2 of them and what the girls think of the 2 of them as well. So same format as always, going to use the same 10 balls, hit off a tee, read their exit velocity, get their opinion of each bat. After it's done, obviously I won't tell them their exit velocity or anything until it's all said and done and we get their final opinion. So I think y'all can hit a couple balls off tee for me.
Yeah.
Yes. Energy up. Come.
Yeah.
All right, let's go murder some softballs. Cool?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, got Brinley. She just got her 10 hacks with the Louisville Meta. So, tell me, what you think about it, kid?
I really liked it. It definitely stood out to me as soon as I started swinging it. It has a great feel. As soon as you hit the ball, it feels great coming off. Miss hits, they don't really hurt too bad. Like, they don't sting your hands or anything. And I feel like you can kind of get away with even hitting it a little further down the barrel or even further up and still getting a good hit out of it. But I really liked it.
Okay, so grip felt good to you?
Yeah, I really like the grip. I think it gives me great support whenever I swing. My hands are not slipping around too much.
Okay, good deal. So you say it felt like it had a long sweet spot to you.
Yeah.
Grip felt great. Miss hits you noticed, but didn't kill your hands.
Right. So even if it wasn't a great hit, it didn't even really hurt too bad, and it was still came off the bat pretty hard.
Okay. Feel like it bounced bad or end loaded?
Honestly, one thing that stood out to me is I think it's a little more end loaded. Something that I noticed right as soon as I started swinging.
Okay. All right. Well, good deal. Well, anything else jumping out at you want to add, or you feel like you pretty well covered it?
I think I covered it. It's a good bat.
All right. Well, good deal. So we're going to get in here now, get Isabel, let her take her hacks with it, and then we'll come back and see what she thinks. Awesome. That's it right there. All right, so we got Miss Isabel here. She just got her hacks with the Louisville Meta. So tell me what you think, kiddo.
I don't think I like it because it doesn't seem like it pushes it a lot.
Okay. All right. What about miss hits? How'd you feel? Did you really notice it when you miss hit the ball?
Yeah, it kind of stung a little bit whenever.
Okay, so you could tell on miss hits, it definitely kind of rattled your hands a bit.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about did it feel like it swung heavy, like it end loaded bad, or did it feel very balanced?
It felt kind of balanced.
Felt kind of balanced to you. All right. Okay. Anything else really big that jumps out at you about it?
It's good for contact hitters.
Good for contact hitters, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about the grip? What did you think about that factory grip there? Pretty nice? Pretty terrible?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good? Pretty good factory grip? Okay. Yeah. The barrel, you feel like it has a long barrel? Did I already ask you that? Feel like it has a long barrel or a short barrel, you think? Long sweet spot, short sweet spot?
Long, short. No.
Like it had, not
know.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So nothing else really big that just jumped out at you on it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Well, we're going to get in here and take some hacks with this hype now, see what you think about that. All right, cool. Let's go get this done. All right, now back. A little sweatier, a little older, a little tireder, a little bloodier for her, unfortunately. So the hype, tell me what you think.
Well, it's a lot different than a lot of bats that I've swung, but I like it. However, I don't know if I would take it into a game to swing. I think it's a great bat for just hitting in the cages, but I don't know. I feel like you hit the ball, it's not as smooth. Like, it doesn't feel as good. Kind of just feels dead, but it's not dead. Like, it's just how it feels. Mm-hmm. And then with the grip, I feel like my hands are kind of slipping on it, not as grippy as the Meta, you know?
Okay. All right. So when, we'll start with the normal stuff. Miss hits. Do you really notice miss hits? Do they sting your hands at all?
No, they don't really sting my hands at all. Feels just like the other hits, just maybe not as, doesn't feel as good.
Yeah, you just notice that you mishit it, but no big deal. Okay. Right. Long sweet spot or short sweet spot?
I'd say longer than a normal bat or a different bat.
All right. You talked about the grip, end loaded or balanced. What do you think about that?
I would say balanced.
Okay.
Pretty balanced.
So you think it feels pretty balanced. So the biggest thing that you notice is when you hit it, it gives you a very neutral feel. Like, you don't feel like you're just killing it.
Right.
It seems to come off it good, but it doesn't seem to you like it's coming off it good.
Yeah, I feel like if you hit a ground ball and then you hit a home run, like it feels the same coming off the bat.
Okay. All right. So very, very neutral feel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's hey, that's what we're looking for. You know what I mean? Is just whatever your honest opinion is. All you can do is tell me what you feel, and I appreciate that. So now we're going to go in here. We're going to get Isabel. We're going to let her take her hacks with it. Come back and get her thoughts on the hype as well. So let's go watch her murder some softballs. By the way, this poor thing, she swung until her hand bled. So for what that's worth, I knew she got really tired right there at the end, but she hung in there like a trooper and finished it out for us. So let's go watch her, see if she make her hand bleed. That's enough. So here we are. We got Isabel. She just got her hacks in with the hype. So tell me, kiddo, what you think?
I definitely like it a lot better than the Meta.
Okay, all right.
It definitely feels like it has a lot more push to it than the other one does.
Okay. You feel like had long sweet spot or short sweet spot?
I feel like it had a short sweet spot, like from here, because there was one I hit that was like from here to here, and it felt like it hit it pretty good.
Okay, all right. So grip, what do you think of the grip?
I like it. It's like a good grip.
Like the little spiral thing, the little ridges. I like the ridges too. You felt like it balanced or end loaded?
Balanced.
Felt pretty balanced to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else really big that stood out to you? Miss hits. How'd it feel on miss hits?
It didn't hurt as bad, but it still kind of gave a tingle.
Give you a little feedback. I mean,
yeah.
which it's, you know, if you miss hit a ball, it should have some feedback to let you know, but nothing that was really just something you noticed or like like you want to let go of the bat.
I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Just something you noticed.
Yeah.
Then. Okay. All right. Good deal. So anything else big jump out at you? Nope. All right. Well, we will. I'm gonna go grab Brentley and we'll come over here and we'll give them their exit velocities and see what they thought overall. So we'll go grab her. All right. So we got them both back, sweaty, bloody, a little bit battered. So let me ask you both. Which bat did you like? I tell you what. Which bat did you like better?
This one.
You like the hype. Which bat did you like better?
I like the Meta.
You like the Meta. Okay. All right. Which bat do you feel like you hit better, Brentley?
The Meta, definitely.
You definitely feel like you hit the Meta.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you feel like you hit better?
The hype.
Feel like you hit the hype better. Okay. So with the Meta, Brentley had an average of 56.8 miles per hour over your 10 hits. Pretty not bad. And you did have a flyer at 64 for your one max swing, which is pretty good. With the hype, you had a 56.9 mile an hour average and a 61 mile per hour max. Now that max, that's one cut. You know, I always include that just because everybody wants to know what their max is, right? But in reality, in all honesty, that average is what you're going to get at bat after at bat after at bat. That's what you're really looking for there. And for you, Isabel, your average with the Meta was 56.5 miles per hour with a 59 mile per hour max. And this is a first time for the channel. With the hype, your average was 56.5 miles per hour and a 59 mile per hour max. So that's pretty wild because, you know, the numbers are all over. Both of you are extremely consistent hitters. I would definitely, just looking at the numbers, and because I can see where you make contact with the bat, both of you are definitely good contact hitters. Not a lot of miss hits. I should have told her to give me somebody that miss hits the ball a bit more because both of you girls, I mean, one of you says short barrel, long barrel. Honestly, both of you are using about that much of the barrel. You're both putting it on the screws every time. It's very impressive to watch. Both y'all did great. Thank you so much for all the help. Hopefully I can use you again in another video. I got lots more bats to do. I appreciate y'all coming over and getting blisters. We'll get you some new batting gloves. Maybe see if you just said you like the hype. Maybe I could have got him throwing some batting gloves for you. But thank y'all so much. And we'll come back with my final thoughts on both bats and, you know, the girls and everything as a whole. We'll put a bow on this thing. Okay. So there you go. Saw that. That was pretty good one. I don't know I'm surprised, or if it was what I expected. I don't really know. I guess first off, we'll talk about the girls. Normally whenever I do these videos, I try to get a power hitter and a girl that either, hits for average or contact or slapper. I try to get both ends of the spectrum because, like I've said in the past, I know that every hitter is kind of looking for something a little different in a bat, and every not necessarily they're looking for something different, but a different feel and what they like. And definitely between power hitters and slappers and that type of thing, obviously they're looking for completely different things in a bat. Now, in this instance, both these girls were contact hitters. They're going to hit for average, OBP, things like that. Now, that's not a problem because, obviously still we get really good information from them on what they like or don't like about a bat. And, obviously all information is good information, whether you like it or not. Now, I will say this, one of the things, a question that I get from people around the ballpark, and sometimes people, hit me up in the comments and ask, how do I determine, whether or not, how big a sweet spot is for me because I don't swing the bat. Sometimes I do swing the bats, honestly. I'll admit that. Sometimes I do swing them. I know a lot of dads do, whether they'll admit it or not. Sometimes I do swing the bats. Sometimes I don't. But you have to understand, not only when I'm watching these girls hit, I'm watching every swing, and I don't watch them hit with my eyes. I watch them through the camera. Plus, I'm able to go back when I'm editing, and I can watch every swing in slow motion and frame by frame. As a matter of fact, in this particular instance, both of these girls in this video, their hitting coach asked me to send them some slowed down swings so they could kind of analyze their swings that they took. They could go back and look at, areas that they would like to change, things they did great, things that they could do better. So I'm able to go back and I can look and I can see where the girls make contact with the ball on the barrel. Also, I can tell when I watch and I see how they hit and what their exit velocity is when it hits a particular part of the barrel. Like if they're hitting it right here, and we're mid to high 50s, mid to high 50s, and all of a sudden they catch it out here and it drops 10 miles an hour, all of a sudden, I know, that sweet spot is not that long. Or if they hit it right here and it drops 2 miles an hour, I go, man, that thing's still pretty stinking hot, even out there. So it's not just a random guess. I do really try to watch all of these videos and try to really give y'all as much honest information as I can about every bat, because that's my whole purpose in doing this. I don't make any money doing this. I buy these bats, you know what I mean? Like y'all, I look around, I've got a couple of different guys that I get bats from, so I'm able to get them with a little bit of a discount, just like most of y'all do. But I still buy them. Hopefully eventually this channel will monetize and I'll be able to make a little bit of money back to try to help pay for some more bats or some more catcher's gear and things like that. But, so I don't care one way or the other. I'm not bought by any manufacturer or any bat. Now, all that being said, both of these girls were contact hitters, hit for average, on base percentage. And both of them, I would say, hitting this bat, they probably hit it right in that area. Both bats, both the same. I would have liked to have had a power hitter and a contact hitter for this comparison, just because, in my opinion, I do feel like the Hype has a long sweet spot. I feel like you can catch it. You can still catch that thing in here tight, and you can get it out here, and it's still going to push the ball. I've seen good numbers off of it that way. And as far as, the Meta goes, I do still feel like it is a better bat for a contact hitter if it has the feel and the sound, everything that they're looking for, because, there again, they stayed right in here on the sweet spot, but anything they caught that was just off the sweet spot was a pretty significant drop. So, in my opinion, I still stick with my original. I don't really feel any different about the Meta. I don't think it's a bad bat. I do feel like it's a better bat for contact hitters. That's not to say that a power hitter can't make it work. Obviously, they can. I've seen girls hit home runs with them. But, you take like the one that Brinley had with the Meta. I think she had a 64 mile an hour ball. It was just one ball. That's a flyer. Now, I always like to tell, their maximum ball, just because everybody wants to know what their highest is, right? We all want to know that. That's just the one ball that you just happen to catch, just dead on the screws and send it. Now, I don't know about y'all. My kid, and if you took an entire season's worth of at-bats, she might catch 2 just dead on the screws. And I mean, that's not because she's a bad hitter. It's just because they're not perfect. You know what I mean? They're still young girls. They're still learning their way in this craft. I mean, and my daughter's a power hitter. So, she uses all of the barrels. She's been told, hey, see the ball hit the bat. And I'm sure sometimes she does, but I mean, I'm sure a lot of times she probably doesn't too, but she still hits it hard and it goes. So I do still feel like this would be a better bat for a contact hitter. Now, as far as longevity goes, I have heard and I have seen a lot of people complaining about something inside the Meta breaking. I don't know what it is. They say it breaks and it rattles. I do know of one girl personally that had one. The barrel looked perfect on the bat. The end cap looked perfect, but you could grab that joker and you could shake it like that and you could hear something going clack, 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 clack inside it. I have seen that quite a bit, actually. That I've actually probably seen and heard about whatever that is breaking loose inside it more than I've seen them broken in half. So, I mean, I guess that does speak to the wall strength of the bat being pretty good, because I haven't seen a ton of them broken. But whatever's inside that's something they kind of need to get squared away, because that's not a good thing there. Now, obviously, no bat is perfect. These are all composite bats, and sooner or later they all give up the ghost. It just is what it is. They wouldn't be that hot if they weren't a little bit fragile. And that, this one falls into that category. All of them are going to. The Hype does. The Echo does. They all fall into that category. But this one in particular, like I said, I haven't seen as many of them broken in half as I have heard about that internal piece breaking and shaking loose in there. Now, as far as the Hype goes, this guy right here, both of them did. Like I said, they're pretty well contact hitters, and they had good results, pretty consistent results with it, even on mishits. I wish I would have had a power hitter, because I think we would have seen the opinion sway a bit more. I think the power hitter would have liked this bat more. That is just my opinion from what I've seen personally, and the girls that I know that swing it. Now, take that for what you will, obviously. As far as longevity goes for the Hype, I've only personally, I think I know of three personally that I know of that have broken. Now, I'm sure, don't shoot the messenger, I'm sure there are probably some more of them out there that have failed. It is what it is. It's a composite bat and it's man-made. Things fail, and it's brand new. This is this guy's first run at this, so there's going to be some broken ones. It is what it is. But my point with that is that I haven't heard of just a rash of them failing. Nowhere near as many as you hear of Ghost, for sure. I mean, people, have them for a week and they break. I've not heard anything like that. And one of the 3 that broke was one of mine, actually. And the barrel didn't break at all. It was a faulty adhesive in a connection joint. It was one of the very, very early bats, one of his first ones that went out. He's changed his adhesive and the way that he assembles it. Now, another thing I have just recently learned about this Hype as well, that with the way this floating inner barrel technology of his works, you break in the outer barrel, and obviously, like any bat, it's going to get a little hotter from when it's brand new, and then apparently it takes some time and some amount of balls. I'm not really sure how many. I'm sure it's different with each player. And then you break in that inner barrel, and it's going to get even hotter. Now, I don't know if my inner barrel is broken in. I haven't heard the bat, haven't heard the sound change any, or the tone or anything. It seems to be just as hot as it was, when we first got it. So if it's this hot now and this inner barrel still isn't broken in good and it's going to get hotter, I think that bodes really, really well for this bat. And I'm very excited to see when that happens, to be honest with you, because this thing already outdid the Ghost in a head-to-head comparison. And if you added another 1 or 2 mile an hour exit velo off this thing, that's quite a bit. if you could do it on average. I do see this one when we did it before, it had a good high exit velo over the entire barrel. Like I said, it's still new, so longevity, you know, we do kind of have to wait. The Meta's been out a little bit longer, but so far, from what I hear anyway, the feedback that I'm getting, they're holding up well. There are going to be some people that buy them and decide they don't like them because it is new, and you know, a lot of people are skeptical of new things. They just want to stick with what they know. If it ain't Ghost, it ain't worth having. But for those of us that are willing to try some new things, I definitely still believe that this Hype is a very good bat to give a shot. Also, for those of you that have been supporting the channel, you've been clicking that subscribe button. Thank you so very much. We're almost one of my first milestones that I set for the channel was 1,000 subs. We are knocking on that door. We are right there. At the time that I'm recording this, we're sitting at 994 subscribers. And when I first started doing this, I'll be honest with you, I really underestimated how hard it would be to get subscribers. I thought people just make videos, and because it's free and it's easy, people would just subscribe. Why not? Let me tell y'all, it ain't that simple. Like, I hustled this thing really hard, you know, sharing these videos and trying to put them out there for y'all. And for those of you that do subscribe and support the channel, thank you so very much. For those of you that don't, I don't know which problem is. Click that stinking button. Go on, help a brother out. It ain't that hard. It's free. Today only. It's free. Click that joker. Throw a comment. Say you clicked it. And actually, coming up very soon, I've got to download the app, but I am going to give away a Hype. That's going to happen. I know I teased it once before. It is going to happen. I've just had to find the right app that would select it so I can show you guys that it's a completely unbiased selection process. I am going to give away a Hype. There will be no purchase necessary. The price to enter will be a subscription. All you got to do is click that button. So be looking for that video. That's going to be probably here in the next week or so. I got to kind of make sure I got all my ducks in a row together on that, because believe it or not, there's kind of some legal crap that I got to make sure is tied up on that deal before I do it. I have the new Echo Diamond. I've had it for, sadly, probably 3 or 4 weeks now, but my daughter got injured playing volleyball, so we were not able to swing the bat for a couple weeks, but we've about got her rehabbed enough, and we've got it broken in. I'm hoping to shoot that video here in the next few days. I've had a ton of people ask me about it. Trust me, I am just as excited as you. I've never hidden the fact that I do think the Echo is one of the best fast pitch bats out there. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new offering from Marucci has to offer. So with all that being said, thank you for hanging in there to this point. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. For those of you that like, car content, like custom cars, things like that, check out some other vids on my channel, for my War Machine truck I build. I got some woodworking stuff on there. Go browse around, see if there's something else you like. I mean, I cover a broad range of things. So we will see you in the next one.